I'm gonna be honest with y'all on this one, chat.
Gotcha, bitch.
Finish him.
I've been kind of thinking this a little bit, cause Young Thug was pushing the Gunna snitching and we don't like you, Gunna. He was pushing that shit too hard to the point where it was getting like overly corny. You know what I'm saying? And we all know, like, Gunna didn't really do nothing for real. He just accepted a plea deal, and then everybody else accepted the same plea deal. So what? You know, everybody admitted that it was a gang. Everybody admitted that they did crime. That's what a plea deal is. Admitting that you guilty. Pleading guilty, my guy. Now they saying Young Thug out here snitching. Now somebody has released the Young Thug interrogation footage. He was in there singing like a canary.
Stop it. Get some help.
We finna analyze it, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on, because Trap Lore
Okay,
Ross
people,
is giving
I've
us
got a
that
spicy one for you today.
saying.
Today's video, I'm going to be asking you guys a question, okay? It's a very simple question. What is snitching, okay? Because I must have it wrong, all right? I must have it wrong. I've talked a lot about Young Thug. I've talked a lot about Gunna. Everybody seems to want to put this snitch jacket on Gunna because he took a plea. All right, he took a plea. He admitted YSL was a gang. He said, yes, ma'am, and he got himself out of jail. Now, I'm just so confused because
He said, yes, ma'am, and that's what called, everybody made him
everybody,
snitch,
especially
right?
Young Thug, has been saying over and over and over again that Gunna is a snitch,
right?
Okay, and that Young Thug isn't. But Young Thug took a plea as well. Now,
Exactly.
I've been saying this, and this makes a lot of people go super quiet, okay? But I've been saying if Gunna is a snitch, surely Young Thug's a snitch too. He took a plea. He took a no contendere. He took a no contest plea. Gunna took an Alford plea.
Everybody on the case took a plea except for Yak Gotti. Yak Gotti is the only person that took this shit to trial and won. Everybody else took a plea deal. So I don't understand why people trying to act like Young Thug is this bitch ass nigga that snitched because he couldn't do 6 months in jail. Everybody else snitched right after him, right before him. Like, what the fuck is we talking about?
And these are really two pleas
Niggas
where you're
just doing
kind
a
of basically
dick ride,
accepting
like,
your
that's
charges, you're
weird.
accepting your fate, and you're accepting the sentence that comes with it. Now, people have been on my bumper. They've been saying, yo, Young Thug's not a snitch because he took a plea. Gunna is a snitch because he took a plea. And the basis of that seems to be this one recording of Gunna in court that I guess was secretly recorded of him saying, yes, ma'am, to these charges. And when the state said YSL's a gang, he said, yes, ma'am. When the state said the drugs in the car were not yours, he said, yes, ma'am. Now, apparently that's snitching. To me, I thought snitching would be if you're in the interview room, you're being interrogated by the cops, and you said that somebody commits a crime.
Right.
Please.
That's what snitching is, bro. Telling somebody you seen somebody commit a crime. That ain't nothing else is snitching, bro. Period. My nigga, what the fuck? You gonna say Gunna was snitching because he said yes, ma'am, to the gang charges? Bro, this is a Rico. All he said was YSL a gang. He didn't say Young Thug was in the gang. He didn't say he seen Young Thug shoot nobody. He didn't say he seen Young Thug tell somebody to go kill somebody. He ain't say none of that, folks.
Didn't no contest
Like,
for saying the drugs weren't mine. I didn't think that was snitching. All right.
Me telling the motherfucker the drugs ain't mine is not snitching, because if everybody tell the police the drugs ain't mine, the drugs is nobody's.
Alford plea.
Snitching is the drugs is Young Thug.
I didn't think that was snitching. I thought,
come on, bro,
to be a snitch, you had to be in the interrogation room and pointing people out, telling people they commit crimes, telling the police that people commit crimes.
I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
And I'm still just super confused. So I've got a bunch of clips to go over today, but I want to just give you a quick little teaser of one clip.
We're going to skim through it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
you guys just tell me, like, whether this is snitching or not. I'm genuinely just trying to educate myself on the issue.
We're more than nigga used to brainwash his drugs. Like, trust them. I don't know what the fuck happened with them fools. Cause the night with the shit when Lil Wayne too was that got shot up on Expressway or some shit.
Yeah, that's what happened in Cobb. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened at the club in Cobb.
I'm just a little bit confused, okay? This Young Thug...
Now, yes, ma'am, YSL is a gang. It's completely different than saying, Wayne, this used to bring Wayne his drugs. Like, trust them. I don't know. I happened with them fools because the night... It happened with them fools because the night when Lil Wayne got shot up, it got shot up in Cobb. Like, you telling the police about real shootings, real attempt murders, real crimes. But Gunna is a snitch, and every chance you get, you getting on Instagram and Twitter and songs and trying to diss Gunna and act like this shit corny, bro.
Interrogation tape has been circulating for a few years. This is from all the way back in 2015, and I haven't seen an interrogation tape of Gunna. I'm just trying to understand: is this snitching? Did Young Thug tell? Young Thug got a 2-hour interrogation tape with the police. Okay, and this has been floating around for quite some time. It's been taken down, it's been re-uploaded, it's been all sorts of stuff. But I hadn't actually heard this until recently. Right. And that's not the only thing in here that kind of raises a few eyebrows. What about this one, right? And again, I need you guys to tell me, okay? What is this?
You know Roscoe? Man, that man a fucking scrub. That fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't fucking know, because every day nigga broke a fucking ball. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
He said...
So that's snitching, Thug. So all this you talking about Gunna and this, that, and third, and you dissing Gunna every 5 seconds, that's snitching, Thug. What are you talking about? This is 2 clips, so we just seen you talk about somebody getting shot, and you said them by name. You said their name. You said their name, Thug.
Barely.
FBI, open up!
What is... Listen to this shit again.
I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro?
I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? Knowing Ro that that's Scug, that fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? So you telling them shit that they don't know. You telling them people names that they don't know. You telling them play by play, story by story. I would love to see what the interrogation, what made it happen that wasn't on camera.
But I don't fucking know, because every day nigga broke a fucking ball. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
He said that man breaks the law every day. So look, I'm going to take you guys all the way back to the beginning and give you some context to this interrogation. I'm going to play you some more clips from it. And you guys let me know, is this worse than what Gunna did? Is this better than what Gunna did? I'm expecting to see a whole bunch of excuses in the comments. Okay, and look, I'm not saying...
Niggas just be picking and choosing, bro. Niggas just be picking and choosing. And Young Thug got a whole bunch of dick riders in Atlanta that ran around for the whole however long, and they was just riding Young Thug pee-pee. You see what I'm saying? And Young Thug said, we ain't messing with Gunna no more, so everybody dick roll because Young Thug is the bigger star. Well, he was the bigger star. Really, Gunna is doing numbers without Thug with no problem. He has the #1 out. Have you heard that new shit? Have you heard that new Gunna, my guy? I'm telling you right now. 1 through 25, it's banging. Okay. Show me the last Young Thug song you heard that was cold. That's what I think. I feel like niggas just ran around Atlanta because they just pick and choose. You feel me? They just pick and choose. Just like in Chicago, they pick and choose. When Chief Keef blew up, everybody was BD. You see what I'm saying? When Lil JoJo blew up, everybody was BDK. They just picking and choosing. They just riding waves. That's all. So the Lil Babies, whoever else dissed Gunna because Thug said some shit about something, like, man, y'all niggas just be wanting to pick and choose, bro.
I'm not saying
this shit came out years ago. Ain't nobody talking about it. Ain't nobody saying nothing about this though, right? He cool. He all in the clear. He still kicking it with everybody and everything.
You guys got to let me know, because I'm honestly really, really confused at this point. Okay, so look, let's take it before I take it all the way back. Okay, Gunna has been just he's had his name dragged through the mud for a couple of years now. Okay,
for a couple of years, yeah.
And we all know why. It's this infamous video of him telling in court. Okay, him telling in court. Everybody says this is telling. I'm still confused. All right. So this video accepting his plea and saying yes, ma'am. Is this snitching? Like,
No.
Let me know. I just want to understand.
After each statement, whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true? true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
All he did was say yes, ma'am, to a statement of facts. We got pulled over. I was with Jeffrey Williams. Y'all found drugs. They wasn't mine. Yes, ma'am. Now I get what people saying about him talking about, you know, is YSL a gang, and I know members have committed crimes or whatever. Yeah, whatever, bro. But that's what the fuck a plea deal is. You cannot take a plea deal without admitting to something. Just like Young Thug admitted to gang crimes. That's the same shit. You're admitting that people around you on YSL, people around you that you hit kicking it with, that claim YSL, you're admitting that there was crimes being committed. Even if it wasn't, you're taking a plea deal, admitting that so you can get a deal and get some better time or whatever the case is, shorty.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Niggas
do
be
you
tripping.
acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
All right, so that was that, Pop.
So look, I'm being fair. I just wanted to play that and give that context. Okay, everybody has told me that that's snitching. Now, I've searched far and wide for Gunna's interrogation footage. Now, this is clickbait. Okay, Crabologist is out here clickbaiting. Okay, this image, this fake image, this appears nowhere in the video. There is no interrogation with Gunna in this video.
Right.
Okay, there's interrogations with other people. All right. But there ain't no Gunna interrogation footage that we can pull up. That's just not a thing. That's just not a thing that we can do. That's not a thing we can find. It's not a thing that I could find anywhere. All right. But when this Young Thug 2-hour interrogation came across my desk, I was like, God damn, like really? Like, well, surely you just lawyer up and you don't say anything. You just give no comment.
Exactly.
I always thought that was the way to go.
Right.
So I was super confused. Okay. But let's just take a step back. Okay. Because we just saw Gunna take his plea. All right. Young Thug also took a plea. All right, Young Thug took a plea.
Now listen to his
He
plea.
acknowledged the things that he did in court. Okay, and
Listen to his
he
plea.
even.
All right, Sergeant, can you swear?
So look, we see this. This is Thug accepting his deal.
Do you understand that you are charged with the following offenses? Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act.
That's a gang, by the way.
Participation in criminal street gang activity. The leadership charge. Participation
That's admitting to being a leader of a gang, admitting to being in a criminal street gang.
in criminal
Okay.
street gang activity. Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. 3 counts. Possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. And possession of a machine gun. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges, and that if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you will continue to receive a jury trial?
Yes.
All right. Have your attorneys advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each of the crimes that you are charged with?
Yes.
And each of the charges that you are pleading guilty to?
Yes.
Do you understand that neither the court nor the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole or the Department of Corrections or the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and that if you are sentenced to confinement in the Georgia Department of Corrections, no one can guarantee parole?
You can say yes.
Well,
She asked you, do you say that?
Oh,
you can
yes,
guarantee
ma'am.
Parole.
Your Honor, may I allow Mr. Williams time to finish signing the indictment?
So look, he said yes, ma'am, too. All right, he accepted the charges and he ended up taking his plea. And Young Thug even appeared in court to apologize to the community, and he even, in my opinion, sent a sneak diss to Gunna by opening up with a cheeky little yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Williams, is there anything that you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. I take full responsibility for, my crimes or my charges.
I take full responsibility for my crimes and my charges. Then he gonna turn around and say sorry to us. What you saying sorry for if you ain't commit no crimes? You know you just pled guilty to gang activity, right? You know you just pled guilty to being a leader of a gang, right? You know you just committed to having guns on you and drugs, right? You just admitted that you was guilty of that. You just said that you did that.
I want to say sorry to my family, my mom. My mom got 11 kids. I can't say all their names, My managers, my kids that's not here. Really everybody that got something to do with this situation, I want to say sorry for just having so much time investing into this,
So Thug, he made his little apology. Okay, well, to be honest, it wasn't a very earnest apology. It didn't really apologize to the right kind of people. Let's just put it that way, okay? But at the end of the day, okay, his charges were his charges. He took his plea, all right? Some no contest, some guilty, all right? In the similar way that Gunna took an Alford plea, okay, Thug took no contest to the violation of the Georgia RICO Act, no contest to the organizing of criminal street gang activity.
Participation in criminal street gang activity. He pled guilty, bro. So what the fuck does that mean? That mean I was in a gang. That mean everybody around me that was claiming YSL was in a gang. So that's what is we really talking about?
He pled guilty to participation in criminal street gang activity. Interestingly, when he
Same
did this,
thing
right,
Thug
everybody
did.
that said, Gunna's a snitch because he took his plea before Thug. Thug took his plea before Yak Gotti and Shannon Stillwell. They were still facing murder charges as part of the criminal street gang.
Exactly.
Criminal street gang there. So it's the same thing, all right?
Same
so
thing.
At the end of the day...
The same way y'all said Gunna threw Thug under the bus, Thug threw Yak Gotti and whoever else under the bus that was still on trial. Young Thug was not the last person to be done with trial.
We've got two guys taking very similar pleas, all right? At the same time, people still on trial for charges related to these gangs that they're admitting to being a part of, that they're admitting exists. Young Thug is pleading guilty to participating in criminal street gang activity. Yes, gang, guilty. Criminal street gang activity is admitting the gang exists. The gang does exist. So that's not any different from Gunna, all right?
Did, right?
A lot of people have said, what's the difference between a no contest and an Alford plea? Well, there's really not much difference, okay? There's a Reddit thread that basically break this down, and there's not really much difference, okay? I saw a thread when I asked this, and I Googled it, but I don't get the difference. What's the difference between an Alford plea and a no contest plea? I'm in a wrongful conviction class, and both terms have been defined and used, but I cannot understand the difference between these two terms beyond the fact that an Alford plea can be used against you in a civil case, while a no contest plea cannot. Is that really it? People are basically saying that, yes, that is basically it.
That's the only difference.
Alford plea is a guilty plea without admitting guilt, but conceding they have proof beyond reasonable doubt to convict you. No contest means you do not dispute the factual charges, so it could be a plea bargain. But essentially, they are the same thing. All right, no contest, you neither deny or admit guilt, you're just not contesting anything. The prosecution says in an Alford plea, you actively assert your innocence. Okay, so, you know what I mean? In a way, despite saying that YSL must end, the Alford plea maybe is very, very, very slightly closer to asserting innocence. But ever since this went down, we've seen Young Thug just hooping all over Gunna.
Yeah.
All right, Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy. He said if you're a rapper and a rat, you just gotta go gospel, twin. He dissed Kid Cudi for getting up in the court against P. Diddy, the accused sexual abuser accused. Okay, but he said, damn, Cudi a rat, lol. He dancing all over anybody that has ever even dared to set their foot in a courtroom. Is a little bit strange. And when Gunna dropped his album recently, which was fire, by the way, he said, nobody want to hear that. Young Thug is like truly obsessed at this point, right? On his
and that's weird and corny to me, bro. That's weird and corny. It's giving you guys. It's making me feel like you got some shit to hide, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because even in real life, though, gang, like why do snitching matter that much, gang? He got on Twitter and said, Cuddy a rat, LOL. Cuddy ain't never said he was a gangster. Cuddy ain't never said what the fuck? If Kid Cudi want to go in there, if somebody do something wrong, shorty, and you want to go in court and say they did something wrong, that don't make you a lame. That don't make you a weirdo. That don't make you corny. That don't make you nothing, folks. That just means you a law-abiding citizen. And there's nothing wrong with being a law-fucking-abiding citizen. At all. There's nothing wrong with being a law-abiding citizen. These niggas be trying to make it seem like it's weird or you a lame or you corny or you less of a man because you want to abide by the fucking law. If this man was beating up girls and having weirdo freak parties and doing all this shit with young girls and all that, and I want to go in there and snitch on him, he getting his ass snitched on, twin. God forbid if my next door neighbor get his house broke into and I see the face of the motherfucker who breaking his crib, I'm going to tell the police what he look like, gang. Because that same motherfucker can come back and try to rob my house. Why do I want you to rob my house? Leave me the fuck alone. So, like, that shit is weird, bro. But you killing niggas. You killing niggas. Your homies 22 talking to girls 15. That's cool, though. You robbing people. You robbing old ladies. You shooting at niggas' mamas. That's cool, though. But if I snitch, then I'm the lame, right? Okay. Your goofy ass on.
He sent shots, alleged shots. All right. He said, brother, you a rat. Twin, you a pack. He's obsessed with calling out Gunna for this alleged snitching, even though he got the same deal. Okay, it's a little bit unusual, but I digress. Okay, I personally think it's not helping him. It's actually making a lot of people think that he's just mad salty. He's mad, salty. Just like
he's salty that Gunna did that, and he wanted everybody to be against Gunna. But Gunna is still flourishing, and he's mad about it. And that's weird. You coming out saying that we was never friends. I was only cool with you because of Troop and shit. So you was playing friends with a nigga, but you wanted him to keep it gangster? You wanted him to keep it loyal. You wanted him to be loyal to you, but you was playing friends with a nigga that you was never really cool with. If you was never really cool with him, why did you expect him to hold it down? You see how none of the dots are connected? It's not making no sense.
What happened? And even DJ Academics agreed, and he said, look, all of this ongoing dissing really just hurts Thug, okay? So look, DJ Academics is kind of breaking it down, all right? Kind of breaking down the salty attitude towards Gunna, okay? And he's basically saying that there's this double standard. I don't personally believe that Gunna snitched, but essentially, Academics is breaking it down.
Like, Young Thug is doing everything but what we need him to do. And what he doesn't realize is that it's going to taint and tint the music when we hear it. And it's going to make us feel a way based on just everything he keeps tweeting.
Ain't nobody trying to hit
We
that
get
shit,
it,
bro.
brother. You don't like Gunna. We get it. Brother, just meet up with him and shoot the fade or something. Like,
we get it, bro. It's getting corny.
You know, and obviously it's personal to Thug because he went to jail. And clearly, in his story, he blames Gunna for this somehow. The other people involved who are doing overt, obvious disses, it doesn't look like it's working for them.
Let me tell you something. Gunna has the #3 album in the world right now. In the entire world. Only people that are beating him right now is Mariah the Scientist, which is a fucking R&B singer who really just because she just dropped. She dropped after Gunna, so her shit is popping a little bit. And some K-pop shit. I can't make this up. Korean pop is the only album that's only, like, come on, gang. What we talking about? I can scroll on here all day. I ain't gonna see shit about no damn Young Thug or Lil Baby or none of these other hating ass niggas that's talking. So it's kind of like
it feels like they're trying to get fans to commit to what they feel is.
There you go. They trying to get everybody on their side, and they're mad because motherfuckers still listening to his music. Ain't nobody dick riding you, bro. Nobody really care like that.
And everybody looking at them like, okay, tell us some more about how he's a snitch. Okay, so where's the music now? To the point that, and this was the craziest part of it all. By the way, I want to let y'all know, I believe Gunna told too. I do believe he told. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I be looking at Lil Baby and thugging him, and I'm like, the reason I'm saying y'all might Meek Mill yourself is because people want to root for y'all, but y'all keep giving people reasons to be like, yo, these niggas hating. Like that's where I think the lack of, the lack of understanding what's happening for them, like they only can see from their perspective. So they're like, nah, we've been telling you we don't fuck with snitches, so we gonna tell you fuck these snitches. And it's like, dog, we're now starting to look at y'all like haters. And
This is a very good point. This was the point I was trying to get to.
Wanna be
Okay,
street dudes. That's another thing. Wanna be street. Y'all is multi millionaires. Y'all are not in the streets no more. Y'all don't live on the block. Y'all ain't posted up in the hood. And if y'all is, y'all stupid.
Stop it. Get some help.
Y'all got 20, 50, 100, 200, 300 million. Y'all in mansions every day doing shows and shit. Y'all ain't killing niggas. Y'all ain't selling drugs. So why y'all want everybody to be gangsters so damn bad, bro? You know, it's more than one way to, y'all do know that, right? It's more than one way to live your life. You don't have to be a gangster. You don't have to be a street nigga. You know that, right? And just because you not a street nigga, it don't make you a lame. Honestly, the street niggas usually are the lamest people. Think about what they have going on right now. All their friends are getting killed. They dodging bullets every day. They going to jail. They dying themselves. They going to prison. 99% of them are broke. They riding around in the worst neighborhoods, in the worst cars, eating the worst food. That's lame. All they friends is hating on them. They go to jail. They friends don't send them no money. They homies is fucking they baby mamas and they girl cheating on them and all that shit. Meanwhile, you got the rich white boys in the suburbs in a $10 million crib chilling. Ain't dodging bullets, ain't going to jail. They got a nice wife and a bunch of kids. Happy life. Happy, all the time happy. But that's considered lame? Do you not understand that these people are miserable? That's why they try to they try to push this bullshit on you that make you feel like you a lame for just living a regular life. They try to make you seem like you a lame because they can't live a regular life. So they want you to come live a fucked up life with them. So they trying to convince you that living a nice regular life is lame. You got to tap into
that last
the
clip.
cycle.
There was a little bit more stuff in there that I wasn't really trying to get to, but
So
that's
then-
what it is. Okay, people are looking at Thug like a hater now. He's hating because Gunna's got more motion than him right now. Gunna's got more monthly listeners on Spotify than Young Thug. I don't think he told. I think their
I don't
cases
think he
are very
told
similar.
either. Right.
And I
And
was
if
gonna
he
get to it.
did tell, Young Thug did too then. That's all I'm saying. Let's play it fair. If one nigga told, then everybody told. If Gunna didn't tell, if Young Thug can walk around and say, I ain't snitched, then neither did Gunna.
Young Thug got a whole 2-hour interrogation video. He up on the telling, if you ask me about. Compared to
Exactly.
Gunna, he up on the telling scoreboard.
Right.
Okay? And he's beginning to look like a hater. And Young Thug, as academics said, he's starting to Meek Mill himself. You're talking all this talk about snitches. This is like when Meek Mill was gunning for 6ix9ine so hard, and he ended up punking himself out. He Meek Milled himself. Before Meek Milling yourself was even a thing, Meek Milled himself. And Young Thug is kind of Meek Milling himself too, because we're not feeling the music like we're feeling Gunna's music. We're tired of this snitching narrative. You're sounding kind of salty, and it's really not a good look.
And one thing about people collectively is like we like to get on people, Jones on people, we like to whatever, but we never like to be seen as a flat out hater, like somebody who's just straight up negative. And I think that's where I think Young Thug and Lil Baby are standing to fit in this narrative, and they're tying their stories and their albums completely to Gunna. Y'all tell me right now, as soon as Young Thug drop, the first thing they ain't gonna say or see on social media is, yo, man, Gunna album better than this, or damn, he really outdid Gunna. It's gonna be one way or the other. You're now intuitively tied to the guy you claim you hate or you want to get away from. So
He really
It's a
just
very
trying to
good
ride
point,
that
man.
wave,
Gunna-
bro. He know Gunna popping and he just gonna keep saying his name. It's just like anything
Gunna's the
else,
rising star, and Young Thug, his whole hate campaign against Gunna is basically you're becoming a one-dimensional character. You're becoming one-dimensional. If you're just standing on, I never snitched and I don't snitch and we hate snitches, bro, give us something more interesting.
All right.
Put the dress on. Like, what happened to that creative cool
Put
thug?
the
Now you're
dress
just sounding
on.
salty, this snitch hater, and really the snitch allegation is a reach, in my opinion.
he's one of the most talented artists of all time, and we thought this was going to be a bigger than life moment of him coming out of jail. We don't expect him to be focused on the guy he signed, his subordinate, Gunna,
Right.
the nigga he helped put on. No, you get what I'm saying?
It's kind of true, man. All he's focused on is Gunna. All right, he should be happy to have his freedom back. He took a plea. Gunna took his plea. You're both enjoying your freedom in the same way.
Lives in ATL.
Anyway, man, what I would like to do is just talk with you and just, like I said, get background of this whole shebang of just.
So they've said to Thug, look, we're not sitting down to accuse you of doing anything, okay? We just want to talk to you about something, okay?
And he sat down and talked to him for 2 hours.
All right, what could it be? Okay. And actually, you know what? One more thing that I just want to give you context for, okay, is so this was a case back in July 2015 where Young Thug was arrested after making terroristic threats, allegedly saying that he would shoot a mall security guard in the face. Okay, he was
that was stupid.
late morning apprehended, and
I want to hear this though.
Right, with Pee Wee and all that crap.
Oh, Roscoe.
Yeah, Roscoe.
Oh yeah, with that Lil Wayne shit.
Yeah.
Roscoe with the Lil Wayne shit. Yeah.
Would read him his rights, and they would make it very clear to him.
You sitting here talking to the police about information for 2 hours, and you gonna try to tell me you ain't snitch? You ain't talking about the barbecue. You ain't talking about this album you got coming out. It's the police, bro. What the fuck?
You don't have to talk to us about this if you don't want to. You can not talk to us. I was under the understanding that in the streets, this is usually where you ask for a lawyer. A lot of UK rappers, they do no comment interviews. They just say no comment to everything they're asked. It's a known thing in the UK, no comment interviews. A lot of rappers have made songs called no comment on this basis. And they make it very clear to him. They read him his rights and they say, you do not have to talk to us, okay?
Talk to us. It's totally up to you. But we would like to talk to you just so you can help sort some stuff out, if that makes sense, okay?
So if you want to talk to us, we want to talk to you about separately. So he would basically go on to, they would basically go on to read him his rights. They say you got the right to remain silent. You don't have to walk. And Young Thug, it would appear he did not want to make use of his constitutional right to remain silent in this situation. He decided, I'm going to have a conversation with you guys, since you guys want to have a conversation with me about all this craziness that's been going on. And they talk, man. The podcast runs for like 2 hours.
The podcast.
Your first right is you have the right to remain silent. And
okay, they say he has the right to remain silent.
Questions and to have. Could you read me?
Okay. Do you want to talk to us right now?
But I don't.
You don't have to sign that. You don't, okay. You don't. But you
He's saying, I'll talk to you about anything you want to talk about. I don't want to sign that. I don't want to put my name on the paperwork, but I will talk to you about whatever you say. I understand what you're saying. That's what he's saying. Okay. And he says, I'm happy to talk to you guys without my attorney present.
You understand that though?
Yeah.
Okay. If you understand it?
Yes.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you will talk to us without your attorney present?
Yeah.
Okay.
If questions that I wouldn't be able to answer, I wouldn't answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, look, he says a whole bunch of things in this, and a large portion of it, which I'm not really going to focus on, even though it is kind of funny, he flirts with the lady cop in this, right? The female detective. He's flirting with her a whole bunch throughout the interview. It is kind of funny. Now, a lot of people have commented and said Young Thug didn't really give them anything. But as you saw at the start of this, I mean, he said that, Jimmy Winfrey used to carry Lil Wayne's drugs and that he breaks the law every day. We already saw that, right?
Right.
So you guys just tell me.
That's information, bro. That's information. That is information, bro. That's all. Only thing I'm saying in this whole video is if Gunna snitch, so did Young Thug. If Young Thug feel like he ain't snitched, then neither did Gunna. Point blank period.
Is this talking too much? Should he have really even let it get to this point? Should he have asked for his attorney immediately? I honestly don't know.
You saying
right?
people
I need you guys to break
shit?
that
Like,
down
what
for
we
me in the
talking
comments,
about,
okay? But he explains it, okay? He flirts with the lady cop. She says he looks better in person than in his mugshot, and then he basically just goes on to explain where he grew up, where he went to school, his career, etc.
Yes, you have been a perfect gentleman. Well, you have.
I mean, you said that too.
I said to you.
Hip-hop lives in ATL.
Don't make me talk to you with this. You was on TMZ, by the way.
Yeah.
Interview, Young Thug gets hungry.
That one. You know they haven't since 6 o'clock and I haven't ate.
You want some food?
You want some food?
They still ain't giving
Do
me.
you want some food? Okay.
Fan, he was still being kind of funny with me. He was like, I don't know what kind of fan he is, but
have to be just a monster for me to be like, I don't believe you. So if he says from the heart and we say that he's some kind of fan, then welcome. I love him. Help. Thanks, bro.
I don't know. I feel like Ross kind of stretching it now, trying to get them the minutes, but I ain't finna keep watching this shit. I done seen enough.